Longtime X-Men writer Chris Claremont has seemingly revealed major spoilers for the Russo brothers' Avengers Secret Wars film, and one of them, they claim that Robert Downey Jr. is playing more roles than just Doctor Doom, as it was announced back at San Diego Comic-Con last summer. Roll this up over at fandompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. So this was originally reported by Matt McGloin at Cosmic Book News, and Claremont made an appearance at the Huntsville Pop Culture Expo, where he discussed Avengers Secret Wars in the panel presentation that he was a part of. And he said this: "We've got Robert Downey Jr. playing an evil person, Iron Man. Wait, that's confusing. And then he's playing two other roles. I used to know." So it sounds like he's playing Doctor Doom, he's playing Iron Man, and then they're saying he's playing two other different roles. So that's a lot. It's a lot to take in there. Maybe he's playing some alternate version of Kang. Who knows? He then went on to claim that Chris Evans was returning for the film as well, saying, and then Chris Evans is playing Captain America, young Captain America, evil Captain America, and Captain Hydra or something, Lord Hydra, whatever. It's like, why didn't they just cast the original Avengers as all the characters, villains, assistants, sidekicks? And then he said that Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch, is coming back as well. He says, apparently, after denying it vociferously for at least a year, What's-Her-Face is coming back as What's-Her-Face, not Scarlett Johansson. What's-Her-Face had the giant rock fall on her face. He obviously couldn't remember who it was. And then the audience finally chimed in once he said that she had the rock fall on her face. And then he was like, yes, Elizabeth Olsen. So she's coming back not only as Scarlet Witch, but a good Scarlet Witch. So I don't know if that means the Vision is coming back. We do know the Vision is coming back in this Vision show that they're making for Disney Plus. So it's likely that his story will continue in Avengers Secret Wars as well. I'm not sure if he's part of the chairs. I don't remember if he was on the chairs or not. But we know that all of those chairs were not all the people that were going to be in the film. He then said that it's like all the original X-Men are coming back. For 2 weeks, we didn't know if Famke Janssen would come back, but now we know Famke Janssen is coming back. But she's coming back as Phoenix. And then he didn't stop there. He says apparently Psylocke is coming back, but she's no longer Asian, still wearing the same outfit, and there's a rumor that Wolverine's going to kill somebody important. I'm sitting here thinking, why are you going to do this and make us wait for years for the first X-Men movie? Why don't you just make this the first X-Men movie and move on? Who cares about the Avengers? It's only been 20 years. Get it right now. Interesting that Chris Claremont is talking so kind of derogatorily or negative, I guess maybe is the proper term there, about Marvel Studios, about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Obviously, there's been rumors about what Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers have planned, that this is basically going to be a soft reboot for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then they're going to do the whole merger thing and then move on from there. I think it's almost too little too late. I think the zeitgeist has moved on. Now, obviously, we will see one-offs like Deadpool and Wolverine, where they can kind of bring back that audience for the most part. But we did see recently Captain America, I don't even know what that movie was called, Brave New World, I guess, that had so many title changes. But Captain America, Brave New World has performed terribly at the box office. I think it's the second worst performing Marvel Studios film behind The Marvels. It's done absolutely terribly, and showing that really is the zeitgeist has moved on, and interest in these movies is waning. We'll see what happens with the Fantastic Four movie, but Claremont also touched on that as well. He says, and the Fantastic Four are coming back. Oh, wait, they're already back or will be already back in July, obviously referencing when that film comes out. And he says, and it'll establish apparently the event. The Fantastic Four will have been back for 3 years when they run into Galactus. And it's like, yeah, but shouldn't he be taller? He's taller in the comic. Godzilla's taller. Gojira is taller. So why didn't... Now you know what it's like to deal with Marvel Comics continuity. So he's kind of rambling a little bit there about the Fantastic Four. Maybe he didn't want to reveal everything that he was thinking of, because it was clearly like he knew a little bit more there, and he just didn't really get into it. But this idea that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be playing multiple characters for the film is not new. We heard this last year. This was from WDW Pro back in July. Immediately following kind of the casting announcement of Robert Downey Jr. at San Diego Comic-Con. And he says that the casting of Downey as Doctor Doom was a diversion to have him play another character. And he kind of explained it this way. He says, if you needed to have Robert Downey Jr. do something fantastic, you need cover, because you cannot film the movie with him without people knowing about it. He can't just be a cameo. That's not going to work. And if he's more than a cameo, everyone's going to know. And he needs to be on the red carpet, so you need a cover. That is all I'm going to say without going into any specifics of what's actually going to happen. Following this video, he shared during a live stream that Viggo Mortensen might actually be playing Doctor Doom in the film. He said, we are hearing that Robert Downey Jr. will be playing one Doctor Doom, that there are other Doctor Dooms in these stories. We are hearing that the person will play potentially the prime Doctor Doom is someone who might be familiar with many languages, an actor who is strong in many languages, including fantasy languages. And Robert Downey Jr. may play a Tony Stark, who becomes the hero by his final film in the MCU. And the Doctor Doom Prime may be played by someone who the Russo brothers want so badly. And then guest Jonathan Watson of TheOneRing.com then guessed that the individual was Viggo Mortensen. And Pro confirmed this guest, saying, we're hearing that contractual negotiations may be underway. That's all I can say. So we've kind of heard this information about Downey Jr. being his role as Doctor Doom being a diversion, and that he could potentially be playing multiple characters, obviously Doctor Doom as well as Iron Man. So that seems to back up what we've heard from the rumors, but obviously some big spoilers here from Chris Claremont about Avengers Secret Wars and what Marvel has planned, and how they're bringing back both Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans to play multiple roles in this film. And then that Elizabeth Olsen is also returning as the Scarlet Witch. And then obviously information about the X-Men, etc. But I do think his kind of criticism here is accurate, right? Why not just do the X-Men movie? They've had the X-Men for quite a bit now, but I think it is because that MCU brand is so tainted and is on the decline. That's why they aren't doing it again. The Deadpool and Wolverine film is an exception. We've seen box office grosses decline throughout the last, I don't want to say 5 years since Avengers Endgame. You have the Spider-Man films, which again are kind of the exception to the rule. But you look at Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, that didn't even do $500 million. The Marvels didn't even do $200 million. And Captain America: Brave New World also obviously did not do well at the box office. And then obviously you look at Eternals, you look at Shang-Chi. Those movies did not do as well as what one would have expected based on previous performances in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even films such as Captain Marvel, which obviously was boosted significantly because it was stuck there in between Infinity War and Endgame. So maybe you kind of clean everything up. The idea is to clean everything up in these two Avengers movies, Doomsday and Secret Wars, and then you get to do the X-Men properly. And maybe that is what they're hoping to do, although they keep kind of pushing them in these cameos. They did it in the Doctor Strange movie, where they go to the alternate universe and they kill off like Professor X, etc., and do things like that. So that doesn't help your X-Men brand, I think, when you're kind of already poisoning the well by treating them as kind of these cast-off cameos to be killed like that. It doesn't really kind of engender any hope that fans might have for when they actually do an X-Men movie. But I think maybe that could be the idea as to why they're not doing that X-Men movie, is to maybe kind of tie everything up here with Doomsday and Secret Wars, get that soft reboot, and then maybe move forward with the X-Men being kind of like the main superhero team instead of the Avengers. And then maybe have some kind of like Avengers X-Men crossover battle movie that tops off whatever that next phase is that they build up that leads up to that. Possibly, who knows? But they need a massive course correction. I'm not sure the people there can actually do it. I think the Walt Disney Company is not making any significant changes. I don't think that they're bringing in the proper talent. I don't think that they have people who are willing to tell the stories that they need to tell to get people into the theater. And it's just not going to go well for them because of the decisions that they are making, the agendas that they are embracing. But let me know what you guys make of what Chris Claremont had to say here about these massive spoilers for Avengers Secret Wars? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.
Why would you be afraid of the people? Why are you not afraid of God instead of man?